I'm Elisia Keown, and I'm recording this to introduce you to the Executive Coaching Podcast. So I am starting this podcast for you, an executive or a C-suite leader, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm starting this podcast. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and my background, and then I'm going to tell you what to expect as we move forward with this. So let's dive right in. So a little bit about why I'm starting this. So if you can identify with being a leader that is successful, smart, you've probably risen to, a level within the organization that has led you to at times you feel lonely because you're at the top, and it can feel like at times you're expected to have all the answers. And even though you may be wildly successful and you've achieved a lot, sometimes you still run into challenges and people challenges. And at times you may want a thought partner, and you don't always feel like you have someone to turn to because everybody's looking to you to have all the answers. Okay. If you can identify that, you're not alone. A lot of times executives think, hiring or outsourcing to a coach or even just getting coaching and training is for when things have gone wrong with them, or it's only just for that person that's underperforming, right? And it's really not the case. If you think of an athlete at the top of their game, they surround themselves with subject matter experts and they really outsource the things that they need in order to support their ultimate success. They know where their zone of genius is, and then they don't waste time on trying to figure out areas that they don't need to worry about, right? They outsource it, right? To succeed. Same thing. So I want you to think of this podcast as that resource for you. So I'm creating this podcast because I feel so driven to give you this value through this content, and really just share with you what other leaders are going through, what coaching questions commonly come up with, themes that I hear, so that you can move forward and learn some of the tools that I've learned through my experience, my background, my coach training, so that you can get there to being, again, just a more effective leader quicker. Again, it doesn't mean anything's gone wrong, but because a great leader can impact so many employees and really make our workplaces great, it's amazing that we just remain and continue to strive for being top of our game. Okay. So I understand what the before and after of what that can look like. It's a little bit about me. So I have spent the past 26 years in the workforce. I have managed teams for the past 22 years. And I was the person that started in the workforce young as an hourly employee. I was an intern in college. After college, and I graduated from Florida State University, I became the manager, right? So, I started off managing smaller teams and worked my way up to manage larger teams, and got a chance to manage large teams, in the hundreds that, I had a remote workforce that was in multiple states, all geographically diverse in different time zones. And, I learned and understood what it was like to manage a large team. And then, I switched gears into more of a recruiting and HR aspect of the business and became a recruiting manager. And I got a chance again to continue to lead a team, but also recruit around the world. And I easily interviewed thousands of people at all different levels in many different countries, many different cultures. And I understand what it's like to select and hire really, really amazing talent. Okay. Then I got a chance again to switch gears and become an HR leader. And in that role, I took all my experience and got a chance to support executives and their global teams with their people strategy. I had a blast doing this. It's so much fun to work with leaders and really help them understand, again, what the business needs and what the people need, and just work through what, some of those challenges that they're facing are and how to really help resolve them. So much fun. Then coaching entered my life. So I got a chance to experience coaching for the first time through a podcast. And what was awesome was I was able to take all of the tools that I was learning, and I was so amazed at how quickly, when I applied them to my life, both personally and professionally, they helped shape and change my entire life for the better. And I realized how powerful these tools were and got inspired. I knew once I saw that change, I had to share what I was learning with other people. So I sought out certification and I got certified to be a life coach. I went to the life coach school. I became an executive coach, and then I launched my own business. And now I've taken all of my experience in corporate America and my coaching experience that I've gained. And now I combine those tools with the coaching education I've had through this experience of coaching side by side with C-suite leaders and executives as they navigate and work through their people challenges and their leadership strategy. So that's a little bit about me personally. I'm a wife. I'm a bonus mom to 5 kids. I live in Wesley Chapel, Florida, and we're building a home here. So I've got a lot going on in that realm too. So you're hearing me kind of sprinkle in personal updates as I navigate being a working parent and an entrepreneur. And you'll know I am right there alongside with you. So again, great leaders can change the trajectory of employees' lives. So we're going to go through this podcast and address all the challenges that C-suite leaders and executives face that are leading teams. Every other week, we're going to do this, and we're going to cover people topics that are impacting you, your team, your business, and we're going to hear what I'm hearing from these leaders, right? We're going to, pull some topics from coaching sessions. I hear themes that come up. I hear marketplace trends, all of that. So all those questions that come up and all those coaching topics, I'll bring it to you and I'll share. So I'm going to keep that client information confidential. I'll share those topics. You'll get my coaching perspective on the topic. You'll get actionable things that you can take with you, some cool tools to use right away, and it'll help you along this leadership journey. Okay. You'll know there are other leaders going through similar things as you. But every other week, you'll get this content from me. And I know you don't have a lot of time. You're always on the go like me. We'll do this in a quick podcast format. It'll have actionable content. You can take it with you, implement it immediately. And if there's any ever topics that you want me to cover, or if you want one-on-one help with any of the topics that I talk about, you can reach out to me directly. Okay. So I am at ElisiaKeownCoaching.com, which is spelled ElisiaKeown coaching.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. It's Elisia Keown and Keown Coaching LLC. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.